This is the story of how I am trying to do my best during the COVID crisis to feed the family on what we have and think more about food security. And we live in a rural environment. It's a rural city in Montana. We have chickens. And let's go see what we're going to do first, because we already have some eggs. We're going to make some breakfast. But before we make pancakes, we need to get some raspberries. And here we have all of our raspberries. As you can see, I'm going to be picking all of those. It's very satisfying to pick your own raspberries, and they all taste wonderful. All the birds love them. We love them. And at the end of the season, I make sure to leave some for the birds, the wild birds. And later today, I'm going to need to pick all those cherries. And this little guy right here, he enjoys the cherries too. He's a magpie, and from what his looks are, he's a young one. Yeah. All right. So, we've had a really good cherry season. And we're looking forward to many more cherry seasons, but this one is particularly great because we may be counting on all of these cherries during the COVID crisis. I'm also growing a few tomato plants, and some peppers, but majority of the things I'm growing are at our community garden, which I'll be sharing later. Unfortunately, strawberry season is already over. Back in the house, I've already gathered the raspberries. I'm also working on my sourdough for our next meal, for our next bread loaf, which will probably be tomorrow. Here I have my batter, which uses our fresh eggs, and next I'll be making our breakfast. While our tava is heating, I'm going to show you something else that I'm working on as a way to make it through this whole period. I'm a shallot lover, and here we have all of our shallots, or at least the majority of them. They've just been harvested, so now they have to dry. We had rain, so I had to bring them indoors. But there are lots and lots of wonderful shallots. And then here we have a worm farm. They get to eat whatever scraps we have left of the vegetables. I've just invested in a few more grow lights for this guy right here, and I've ordered some more racks so that I can grow more food over the winter time. Now let's go back to baking. Everyone has a different method, and this is probably not much different than some other crude methods, but it's my method, and I don't even measure anything out. I just kind of guess. And this one's not perfect, but I don't mind. The next ones will be rounder. See, when I'm not holding the camera, it's much easier to do. The coffee's brewing, and now we're going to have our first nice pancake. I'll show you later what we've got. All right, time to dig in. Every morning when I sit down to breakfast, or later in the morning when I have a chance, I look at the statistics for the current coronavirus outbreak. This is the highest I've ever seen it. Another project that I've been working on is kimchi. I have a garden plot in our community garden, and I'll be showing you that in a little while. And this is just an example of some of the kimchi that I've been making. These are the Napa cabbage heads that I've been picking from our garden plot. They're the last of the ones planted in the spring because now it's too hot to grow more. And the best way for us to keep storing them and use them for good health and good nutrition is basically to turn them into kimchi. Another thing that we do to make sure that we stay healthy is we store a lot of fruit and vegetables, especially the ones that we're growing. So some of these in the Ziploc bags are the ones that I'm growing, either as cherries, raspberries, which I might also turn into raspberry jam, and yeah, kale, spinach, and a variety of other things. Right now it's a bit of a mess, but it will get organized later. I'd rather use glass containers, but it's not really very practical in the freezer, especially if I need those containers for other things. Now it's time to go to the garden plot. It's not very far away, only a few blocks, and it's a wonderful thing to have in our community. Here's my walk every day. I only do it in the morning, but it's 20 minutes by the time we do round trip, and picking the goodies in the garden takes another 20 minutes depending on weeding or whatever else we have to do. We have a beautiful sky today. After the rains, it's always beautiful. Saturday mornings are beautiful and quiet. And that's the way we like it. And a beautiful sky. This is our community garden. And we have a lot of spaces for disabled, the disabled are the people who have a hard time walking or bending. We have a whole section of the garden dedicated to the food share, which is what I'm showing you right now. It's very, very relaxing in here. Everybody enjoys their time in here. Even if we're weeding, it's kind of meditative. So, lots of things growing. Let me take you to my plot. My plot doesn't have as much going on. As you can see, most people have a drip system. I'm here every day because I live nearby, so I don't have quite as much happening, but it's enough. This is where I had my cabbage, my Napa cabbage for the kimchi. And now I've put other seedlings in there, seeds you can't see yet. They'll be coming up though. And we have all kinds of goodies here. Here's where I've got some sweet peas right here. And tomatoes. You can't see them right now, everything's still green, but it's happening. And that's all that matters. These are acorn squash. If you can see anything. There's one. Growing all types of yummy things. And this sunflower is going to have the largest sunflower seeds that you can pretty much get to eat. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this a little bit because it's a lot of fun and everybody enjoys it. And by the end of the summer, we have lots of food to keep us going, either through the winter or at least the end of summer. And we can freeze several things and bake with others, such as what we've got here, zucchini. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed all of our beautiful garden area. Back there we have a bluebird. I guess he probably just took off, but he is beautiful. So, checking out what's going on here. It looks like I've got a pretty good sized beet here. There we go. That's going to be really great in a salad. I think there's one more that's pretty good size here. Can't decide which one to pull. They're all so nice. And there we have a, if you can see, there she is, ladybug. Can kind of see her. All right. I think this is all I'm going to pick for the day, but that's not a bad harvest. So I'm back at the house, and I'm going to tear this off so that I can give these greens to the birds because they love them. I already tore off a few that I'm going to give to the worm farm because the worms also love them. What are you doing down there, huh? Yeah. All right. So I just drop those down there. Somebody's going to get those. And let's twist another one off. Hello, ladies. Look what I have here. Yeah, look at that. I love it. Yeah, okay. All right, okay. Let's throw this down here and everybody can share. Go on and get it. And then we'll take these in the house in a minute. Let's go check and see if we have any eggs. The day goes by fast and I still have cherries to pick. That might have to wait till tomorrow. You gonna follow me, sweetie? Mm-hmm. Let's see if anyone provided eggs today. Oh, there's an egg. Let's see if they laid them in their secret hiding place. Today might be an off day anyway. Hi guys. These are our speckled Sussex. Unfortunately, they are the lowest on the totem pole. But while the others are eating the greens, they'll be over here eating some feed, which is good for them too. Let's see if we... Oh, looks like they've finished off their watermelon. And now it's time to dig into my salad from our garden. So it's getting later in the day. I think I'm going to check the second hiding place. Got a little bit of a mess going on over here, but let's see if sometimes they lay eggs outside of their box if they find something interesting, you know, an interesting place to lay. And yes, jackpot. All right. These are the pretty eggs. Yeah, did you lay that, or are you thinking of laying one? Oh, you haven't laid yet. Okay, go ahead. That's Cersei. She's a good girl. She's my favorite. She is what they call an Easter egger. She's a cross between, she's like 2 different kinds of chickens, and she's the sweetest. But I know who laid this egg. I know pretty much every chicken here and every egg that they lay, because their colors are all a little bit different. Little sizes are different. How are you doing, sweetie? Oh, you decided you're not going to lay right now because we're just disturbing you. Yeah, well, that was fun. Yeah. Getting my feet caught in the protective nets. And then, actually I need to put my bucket back. I forgot to put it away. The bucket goes under the spigot of my rain barrel here. It leaks sometimes. I need to get it to repair it, but I just haven't had any time. I'm very happy about my rain barrel. It's been great. We've used it all summer just to water the tomatoes and so on, and I need to hook it up to my gutter here, but just haven't had time. Busy all summer. And then we just got this other food grade barrel that we can use to fill with water, and then we'll have extra storage, and we'll connect that probably at the other end of the house. So lots of little projects. Oops. Right here we're going to put a small greenhouse to extend the growing season, because things cool off quickly in September, and then sometimes we don't get much in the way of tomatoes, peppers and so on, and bringing them inside is not always the best solution. Yeah. So that's what's going on here. So after collecting eggs, I bring them into the house, and usually they're very clean. They do a pretty good job of keeping their eggs nice and clean. So this is today. Whoops. Let's see if we can get this down. That's a big 7. 25. So that is what we do, so we know what are the freshest eggs. And then we refrigerate them. So in the end, I did decide to make sourdough bread. And here's the sourdough starter that's left. I actually had to refresh it. So now is the moment of truth. See if I can get it out of here without making a mess. I'm gonna get my It's nice and hot. So it stuck a little at first, but I got it in, and now I have to make some quick cuts. I'm not always the best at that, but that should be enough. And now, oops, got the lid, and there we go. Now I've got to set the timer for 25 minutes, and I will check it at that time. So I'm really a busybody, and I can't sit still. And right now, I'm roasting coffee. Yep, it's one of my other hobbies. I don't think I could live without hobbies. These are the green beans before they're roasted. And These ones are almost done. And then I just have to cool them down. So that's another project for the day. So the coffee has just finished. It's time to take a look at it. And it looks great. Take the lid off. Let's see if we can pour this. It's kind of hot still, so. That will be my coffee for the next week. Probably. It takes about 3 days for it to be really ready to drink, to brew. But it's beautiful. I'm looking forward to it. So it's time to take the lid off and let the sourdough bread finish. It's looking really good. I'm looking forward to when it's done. Another 10-15 minutes. Well, it's looking great. It's 6:14 in the evening already. I'm going to take the bread out and then work on. I'm going to wrap up the day now. Take a break. It's been a long day, and I haven't really sat down for more than a few minutes. It's time to sit down and enjoy a few minutes with my friends. Hi, how are you, sweetheart? Yeah. Yeah. And what are you doing down there? Yeah. It's one of those evenings. They've all had their little snacks, probably want some other things, and I just want to take a little break. But I don't mind. Come on. Come on, sweetie. The important thing is to make sure that you always have a few minutes to yourself, even if you're a busybody. Yes, Momo. But then still, you'll always have these little guys coming up to you, wanting your affection or attention. And that's sweet too. Thank you.